One of the last things we need to do now is compared to this is actually creating this one down here. So these three pieces of text that are standing down here, we need to actually start implementing those. Now I'm just gonna do a copy of the text down here, and I'm going to go to my Visual Studio Code and back in my index. And again, the text doesn't really matter, just fill in some text. And you have to locate an area just after your footer bottom here, but before you close your footer container. Again, use these lines so you make sure that this doesn't happen. And also, once you click, this is highlighted, and now this is highlighted so we can see. So we need to create a container just before you end your footer container, because we still want it to be into the 90% width container. We're going to create a div block down here with an ID, so called footer text. Again, you can name it if you want to name it something else. And we're going to use a paragraph for the first part, and the text I just copied, that's the first part. And now I'm going to do the same. So copy this, copyright by me is the next part of this. So another paragraph, paste this inside. And the last piece of text, educational purposes. And yet another paragraph. And again, we could have used Emmet for this to create all these paragraphs if you wanted to. So paragraph, and if you want to make it a little bit less easier to read, not less easier to read, you can just do this. So this is what I actually put in. And if I click save and go to my browser and I hit refresh, they are on top of each other like so. And the text is way too big. So in our CSS, we can start targeting this specific area again. And we just named it footer underscore text. And we're going to assign some values to this box down here. We are of course going to use display flex. You love that by now, I hope. And we're going to change the font size as the next thing, and we're just going to give it 9 pixels. That's what it is on the other one. And click save, and let's see what that does to it. So it actually puts it down, but it's really close to this one, so we're going to create a space between these two, and we're going to use margin for this. So margin, and only the top part, which is 15 pixels and 0, 0, 0. So top, right, left, and top, right, bottom, and left. There we go. Save, go to your browser and test, and now it's actually here. But they're not spaced between like they are here. But we already tried some of this using this flex again. So it's actually quite easy to start styling it like this. We're just going to do footer, I already did that, footer underscore text, and then we're going to add the paragraph, so only paragraphs that exist in the footer. We don't care about the others. Well, we do care about the others, actually, that's why we type it here. So inside the, create your curly brackets, and we're going to write flex 1. So again, this is a mix between flex flow and flex grow. And we're going to tell the system assign, click save, go to your browser, assign equal values to these 3 paragraphs down here in the footer. There we go. So each of these 3 now is being assigned an equal value to fill out the entirety of the footer text. So hopefully when I hit refresh, they're going to be spaced between. So you can see now this is 394, 394, 394, but they're not, it's not what it is here. This is left, this is center, this is right? So stupid CSS is almost helping me. Just as we did in the last part where we actually used last child ready to go up here, we can use something similar to actually create this space between them. So footer underscore text, and we use paragraph, and then we're going to use this pseudo that we just learned before, and we're going to use nth/-child, and then we're going to type 2 inside the parentheses, and we're going to open this. So footer underscore text space paragraph colon nth-child 2. So the second one in our HTML. So this is first, this is second, this is third. So 2, and then we're going to use a text align because it's only the text we want to align, not the box. So text align, center. And then we're going to basically do the same. So copy this, paste it out. And then what you need to change now is instead of having 2, you're going to type 3. If you could also use last child if you want to, but usually a design like this, you'll never change the structure of this. So there's no, it again depends on you want to do last child or this. It's really up to you. But it's not supposed to be centered anymore. Now you need to have it all the way over to the right part of the side. So we're just going to change center from right, if we can type it correctly. So like this, so right. So this is all we need to do to actually start structuring our page like this. So this is what it looks on this page, this is what it looks on the other. So now there's absolutely no difference between the two of these pages. And we still have this up here, and you can move the shadow, but we actually did position absolute, we moved it around with margin, and down here we started structuring our footers, so we could actually we used center here, and again we used a lot of things we already knew and we just added a little bit more to it. So we're almost done with our web page for now.